Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Draw 2. My name is Ramny, and this is another episode of Mini How to Draw, the show where I show you how to draw your favorite characters in easy-to-follow, simple step-by-step instructions. If you guys like what you see on this channel and you want to see more tutorial videos like this, please hit that subscribe button down below. It would help me a great deal. For this tutorial, as usual, what you guys need is a pencil, an eraser, any type of white paper, and black ink pens with different size nibs for inking afterwards. And of course, as you're watching this tutorial, remember that you can hit that pause button at any time so that you guys can pause the video and catch up on your drawings. We all draw at different speeds, so find a pace that works for you and stick to it. And also, if your artwork looks a little different than mine, that is completely fine as well. So having said all of that, you guys, grab your drawing tools and let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so for this Groot tutorial, we are going to be having our paper in portrait mode. As you guys can see, we'll be drawing Baby Groot in full body. And of course, this is going to be the Baby Groot that we see in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Go back to check my Baby Groot tutorial to see how I do a lot of the details in this, because we'll be applying the same thing. So let's get started. I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to draw a circle about this big. A little closer to the top and right around the center. I'm going to have him a little bit more this way. Okay, so once we have the circle, now I'm going to draw two lines going up from that circle. You guys notice they're not straight up and down, they're angled this way. And at the same time, you want to make sure that it's not two parallel lines, but it actually spreads apart as you go up. All right, and then here we'll just draw a straight line going like that, and over here a straight line going like this. Okay, down below. Okay, we'll draw the neck. And the neck is just two lines going down. That's the neck. Let's draw a little, just a round thing to close off the neck. Now we're going to draw the shoulders, and they're pretty steep shoulders, and they go like this. And now we're going to draw essentially a rectangle. And if you look at Groot's head, you want to make sure that the rectangle is narrower than Groot's head. Groot's head is the biggest part of Groot. So I just adjusted mine a little bit to make it a little narrow. I'm going to adjust the neck a little bit too. Okay, so the body should be narrower in width than the neck, or than the head. And the size of it is a little bit longer than the head. So imagine the head is about this big. You want to go about that much. Okay, so there's the rectangle, just like that. Now here, we're going to draw a leg. And the leg is about the same length as the body. We're going to start off with this one. We're just going to draw a straight line for now, about the same length as the body, like I said. Okay, I'm going to find the knee at that point, and then just go down like that. And then this one here is going to be further behind. It's going to be at the back, so it's going to go like that. But then this foot is kind of going like that. So if you can notice, his foot is right behind him. It looks like he's stepping forward. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to shape Groot as if he's got some human features here. Okay, now let's start with the shoulders. You want the hands to sort of go along the line. Imagine a line kind of going above the knees right here. You want his arms and his hands and fingers to go down to that point right there. So let's do that. Let's draw a shoulder right here. This one's going to be a half circle, and this one's going to be a full circle, just because of the way that he's angled. Narrow. You want that bicep to be short and the forearms to be longer. Okay, so I'm going to make that a little smaller. Forearm right here goes like that, and here it kind of goes down. And then lastly, the fingers, the hand and fingers. So we're going to draw a line like this, and then it goes in. And then right here, like that, and then out, makes that thumb. Okay, straight line, and then just curve like that for now. And then over here, we'll find the same thing. Out, down, there's the thumb. Okay, and then this goes down, curves. I'm just going to draw a line like this for now. We're just going to draw the individual fingers later on. And this goes down and then curves down like that. So that is the basic shape for Baby Groot. Okay, now that you have that, we can zoom in on the face and let's start working on his facial features. It's good to have a sharp pencil for this, because you are going to be drawing in the little details, but at the same time, you don't want to draw too dark. Okay, so here's Groot's head. I erased the top part of that circle. And then now we're going to figure out the kind of where the center is going to go. So here's the center right here. Curve it as you go down the face. And then we're going to draw the eye line. Okay. I'm going to draw this right here so that we just know the front and the side of the head. Okay, there you go. So now let's find, we're going to make these almond shapes on each side of that, of the center line. And they're not circle, they're a little more oval. So that's what that looks like. And then when you figure out that oval shape, you want to outline it at the top and the bottom. And that's just for the eyelid. There and there. Okay. His smile is essentially just right here. I'm going to draw a smile that looks like that. And I'm going to bring it down so it kind of looks like a half moon or a canoe. And just shade that in. That's my Groot smile. And then let's draw the eyebrows. One there, one here. Now let me erase a lot of these lines. On the inside of the eyes, I'm going to create huge pupils. And they're essentially curves on the outside. Imagine having like a circle this big. So that's what we're doing. And then if you want to make them extra cute, you got to draw the shine, the reflection shine. And it looks like that. Think of it as the shape of a macaroni on that side. And then we'll do a square right there and right here. And then just fill in that circle. And of course, you're going to leave those that macaroni shape and that square shape, you're going to leave that blank. So once you have that, you should have Groot. All right, so that's that, you guys. And then let's start over here. Let's start working on the top of the face, the top of the head here. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to create this little ridge first. And then there's a second ridge right here, like that. And I'm doing this in a zigzag manner. Okay, right here goes like this, and then just goes all the way to the side. Okay, back over here, there's another ridge. And there's one that's lower. I bring a line going down, kind of almost to the side of the face there. I'm going to erase this side of the face, and then I'm going to draw another ridge right here. I'm going to have that kind of stick out and then going in just beside the eyebrow there. Okay. And then over here, we've got a little sprout. First, I'm going to draw two lines coming out and then double up on those. And then at the end of the sprout is a little leaf, two little leaves. Look like that. Okay. Now, for this, you just draw a series of lines going down very randomly. Just bring it down like this. And make sure that it's not straight. You want to give it some rough texture, some zig and zag. So that's what you do. And you want to, well, he's got some vertical lines, or he's got some lines that pretty much go all the way down, up and down his face. And what you can do is you can randomly, very randomly, draw some of those, but not all, or else you will run the risk of making him look like an old man if you draw all those wrinkles. So I'm just going to draw a couple below the eye, between the eyelid and the eyebrow, a little bit above the eyebrow. And a lot of this, a lot of this you can do in the inking process. So when you guys ink Groot, you can find all of these lines as you do that, so you're not being redundant, you're not wasting your time. If you can confidently figure out where to place these lines when you're inking Groot, then just do it when you ink. Okay, and also Groot has some moss right here, so I'm going to create a little bit of just some curls, some fuzz, and some green moss growing on top, just at the tips here. And then, like I did with the with my other Baby Groot tutorial, what you can do now is you can create these lines right here, and then more long lines like that to give it that effect like it's wood. Just here at the top for now. So there you go. So that's I'll leave it at that for Baby Groot's head. Let's focus on the body now. We're going to draw, well, first let's draw the line that goes down the body. So that's where we know the center line is going to be. Over here where the chest is, so imagine this is the chest. On this side we're going to draw, it's almost a square, but the edges are really rough. So try to create those rough edges and think of it as a diamond or a square with lines, the grain of it going like this. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. This time around it's going to look more like a triangle. So there's it's wider at the bottom. Okay, and then figure out the grain. And then right here there's going to be another piece of wood, piece of root right there. Okay, and then over here he's got one as well. Now it's important that when you draw the grain on Groot that you're not following that exact same grain. So this one kind of goes, well, they all kind of look the same right now, but let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let's do another one right here, kind of goes to the side, give it a rough texture right here. Okay, so the grain goes this way, the grain here goes diagonal, this one goes a little bit more diagonal, and that's essentially it. So when you're constructing Baby Groot, what you want to do is you want to create those like layers. So these are the top layers, these are the little plates that cover him, and then we're just going to the little details later on. Okay, so now at this point I'm going to find some, there's a triangle there, just some shapes that I can start to give him some layers underneath. And at this point you can pretty much just try to do this by yourself. But he does look like just some glued on paint chips that are just come together, like tree bark that's just been glued on. Okay, right here. We'll do this one. And then each time you make one of these, you just make sure that you draw the grain as well. And once you have enough, to make it look like you've fleshed out Groot, like I feel like that's enough for the body, I can actually start working on the inside. So underneath the body, underneath these little things that I did, we're just going to add some lines, kind of like tree root lines or vines, and add details to those as well. So you just build up. So you see how I'm sort of making these, it looks like roots. Kind of going down and going underneath these little plates here. Now remember to add some details to those. So same thing like we did with the other Groot drawings that I have in this channel, just a series of lines going down and across. I have a link to that tutorial, the process of it. It's worth a watch, so I'll put a link down in the description and also up on the top right corner so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So it just keeps going. Okay, and then in between you want to create those lines, just make them very random. Okay, think of it as like tree bark, and not tree bark roots, you know. And make sure that there's no straight edges to Groot. Everything about him is just layers of this wood texture. Okay, so that's kind of the body. Kind of looks like intestines. But I mean, that's what it looks like. Okay, now let's work on his arm here. And we do the same thing with the major, think of it as major muscles. So here's the bicep. The bicep consists of one little wooden tree bark. So I draw that. The shoulder has some sort of shoulder pad that looks like this. I draw that. Okay, and then the tricep kind of has, well, it kind of does have one, but it's hidden in the back. So it looks like that. Okay, so we're creating the plates first, and then we get into underneath those plates. Okay, the forearm, one that goes this way. Right here, there's another one. And then we just fill in the spaces in between. Again, make it look like tree roots. And repeat the same textured process. There you go. For the hand, you want to start, let's give him some more fingers actually. So let's go over here and let's fix his fingers. Let's start over here, and then we'll create another bend like this. Let's make that middle finger slightly longer than the index. That goes in, and then that's it. That's all we really need to do for that. Okay, and then we just give him some texture similar to what we did with the face. Just lines going straight up and down, following the curve of the fingers, of course. There you go. So that's what that looks like. Now let's go over here. Here we have another plate. This one's sort of triangular. Okay, we're going to make this shoulder look like tree bark. Not bark, tree roots or vines. So I'm just drawing a series of lines going down like that. And at this point, it's very instinctive. Like I'm not really following the picture that I have beside me. I'm just thinking and looking to see what looks the best. Okay, and over here, it's got a little piece of wood that kind of cuts right in the middle of the forearm. And he's got some here. And then just fill in the gaps. Okay, and then same thing over here. Now we do the same thing that we did with the face and the other hand. We just create a series of zigzags. Before we do all of it, let's do the fingers. Let's divide the fingers up. Here's the index finger and the ring finger, and the middle finger and the ring finger right here. We don't see the thumb. Okay. There you go. And then let's do the thighs. For the crotch area, we're just going to create, think of it like a diaper, kind of goes in between the legs. And then the veins begin. Let's start with that one that goes diagonal across this thigh. And then here's another one right here. Let's start over here, and it just makes its way crossing to the other side like this. Okay, and then same pattern. This goes off to the side like that. And then I'll do another one here. And then this is kind of like a big plate right here. It's like the kneecap almost. And here's another rather large plate. And then just fill in the gaps with some texture. Let's do this side now. Same thing. There's one little plate right there. Do another one here. Make it go like that. Okay, there's that one there. So for Groot, it's all about adding that texture, and you just keep working at that texture until you get to a look that you like. It's got a little knee plate right here. The vein, or the grain kind of goes like that. And then lastly, we've got the bottom feet. And we'll start over here. Kind of just makes your way down to here. Think of him as having 3 big toes, like elephant toes. So here's one right there. Another curve right there. And then here's a third one right there. And then this goes up and goes in. Remember, try to do it roughly. Now let's divide those toes. Imagine them kind of going up like this. Actually, I'm going to make this one go to the side. Okay, and then just add some more of that texture, that tree texture. Okay, when you get here, you just draw what you think looks best. It might take some practice, but you have an eraser. And just do what you think looks good. Use your instincts. Okay, so that's one. And then the last one. Here's one toe. I'm just going to do this. Okay, here's a little bit of the other toe on the side. This goes out this way. I'm going to bring it to the side. And this one kind of goes out this way and then out again. So you create that little bump. Okay, over here, this goes there. And I want some going this way. I want them to end there, and I want that to go down. There you go. And then just make those textures again for all of them. And once you have that, you're done. Relatively easy, for the most part anyway. That texturing will take some time, but that's it. That is how you draw Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and enjoy the movie. And that is all the time that we have for this tutorial. Thank you for watching all the way to the very end. I hope your drawings turned out great. If you guys are proud of your drawings, I would love to see them. So please go over to the Google Plus community and post your artwork there, or head on to Instagram and tag me in any of your art so that we can see it and so everyone can see it and we can all enjoy your masterpieces. If you guys are curious about the equipment that I use to make these videos or to do my tutorials, I have links to those in the description below. Clicking on those links helps to ensure that content creators like myself are supported so that we can continue making good stuff like this for you guys free of charge. If you feel like being extra generous and you want to support this channel even more, I now have links to my art store down below, draw2.storeenvy.com. Plus I have links to merchandise that you can buy, such as t-shirts, mugs, and mouse pads with the Draw2 logo on them. And I now have a Patreon page, so if you guys feel like supporting me on Patreon, I have a link to that down below as well. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you guys subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, here in this channel, I show you how to draw your favorite characters in easy to follow, simple step-by-step instructions. So if you guys like what you see, please hit that subscribe button below. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, it would help me a great deal if you guys liked this video, commented below, or shared this with your friends in your social media. And speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and on my website, draw2.com, where you can find a coloring page of this tutorial, plus all the other tutorials that I have in this channel. Again, you guys, all of those links are found down in the description below. Again, thank you one more time, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw too. I'll see you guys in my next video.